Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna talk a little bit about the film that I made in 2021, which I submitted to Global Encounters, and I got to go for the film festival in Dubai in 2025. One thing that I understood from this experience was like everything you do matters a lot. Like the film that I produced, like I didn't think much about it when I was making the film. It was out of curiosity, out of something that I was going through in my life. And that film got me into this film festival. And I got to experience many amazing things. So I'm so grateful for this experience, first of all. Secondly, when I submitted the film, when I got the acceptance, I was like, okay, so I've made the film. I was experiencing something at that moment. But how do I relate that to like the women in Pakistan? That was my whole theme, that I am, as a subject in the film, representing a whole population of women, especially in Gilgit-Baltistan, where I come from. The things that happen when you're a child, they turn into trauma when you grow up. So I struggle so much with knowing myself, with understanding the emotions I have, with understanding my intuition or the feelings that I have. Why do I feel this way? Or why this thing triggers me? How it's connected to my past. Guys, we all need to heal. You guys need to heal. You guys need to think about how you guys react to certain situations, how calm you are in different situations, and how reactive you are. So in this film, I'm talking about like the experience of girls. Like growing up, I never felt heard. I never felt like there's someone looking after me. I mean, like, of course I had my parents with me, but I tend to move from here and there, from here to there, like literally after I turned 12, because I had to go to a boarding school. Then I went abroad for my undergraduate. Then I directly came to Canada. So it has been like a situation where I'm like, I've been home less than I've been abroad or somewhere else. That kind of adds up to my experience of having trauma, which has led to the triggers that I face or the complications that I come across in terms of understanding my emotions, in terms of making a decision in my adulthood. Okay, going back to the film. So technically this film is the representation of women, I would say girls, in Gilgit-Baltistan, where I never felt like I'm heard or seen by other people. And then there's this girl in the film, the subject, who was acting in a certain way, in a weird way, where she does not know what's her body language. She does not know what is she supposed to do. She's not speaking. She's just looking into the mirror. She's looking at herself. She's going from here and there, and sometimes she's lying down. Sometimes she's talking about, I should be in the dark because people don't see me. So it's safer in the dark. So it's like a visual representation of what a girl feels in that society. And I had a panel discussion about this film in Dubai, which you're gonna listen to in a while. And I've put certain parts of the film in this video too. But if you want to watch the whole film, it's on this YouTube channel, but you'll have to go back 4 years before. In 2021, I posted this video, I guess. Hello everybody, my name is Waniza Hashim. I come from the northern part of Pakistan. So my film is Are You Okay?, which talks about women in Pakistan. So it talks about like women, how they struggle expressing themselves in Pakistan. So I come from a very, I shouldn't say conservative, but a society where women is very limited to express herself. So I made the film in 2019 when I was going through quarantine. I sat with my feeling and I was like, what is happening? What next? And then I asked myself, like, am I really okay? That was the moment I realized I was not okay. I was not doing well for the past like 17, 18 years of my life. And the next step I took was try to be okay. And I did. I'm quite far in my journey, and I'm here sitting in front of you representing all the women who struggle with expressing themselves in Pakistan. And I want this message to be louder, that we're women,
and we live in society, but we struggle expressing ourselves. And the other thing that I experienced growing up in Pakistan was I never felt I was not okay. I always felt that's how you're supposed to feel. That's how life is supposed to be. Unless I traveled for my education, experienced expression. And freedom, expression of love, speaking out loud what you feel deep down was something I read only in books, unless I experienced. And that was when I made the film.
I just wanted to know what are some of the challenges that women do face, because I think whenever I speak to people and they say, look, if you compare Hunza, for example, it's way ahead, and it's because of the work that women are doing, whether it's in the restaurant business or in carpentry. Just want to know some of the challenges and what can be done to make the situation even better, because I think we are a role model.
Well, thank you so much for the question. It's a very strong and deep question for me, to be honest. Well, I'm gonna speak from my experience, like what I faced. That might be a little generic to the people, to the women in my society as well. So one thing I experienced growing up was, like, as I said before as well, like thinking that things we face or experience are normal or okay. Like, I never experienced that I was not okay, unless I left that community for a while because of my education. So I would say expression in women is something that I only read in books. And I started reading books only when I was 17. And until then, I never really thought it was okay for me to express myself, to cry out loud or tell my parents everything that I was going through. So I was 12 when I went to boarding school. So I've kind of lived half of my life away from home. And it kind of hit me hard when I realized, okay, so I've lived half of my life away from home. Then the 12 years I spent with my family or my parents or my siblings, they took forever to ask me if I'm really okay. So I would say, per my experience, I would think women is not encouraged to express herself. And we're not told that things that we might feel growing up are okay. That's one thing that everybody needs to know in terms of women. So what we can do about it is, like, I would really appreciate everybody, either you're men or women, to just talk to your kids or to talk to your siblings. And not for the sake of just knowing how they're doing from day-to-day life. Just ask them this question: are you really okay? Are you really okay deep down with who you are or who you're becoming? So that's like a small act that anyone can do in this room. Go back home, ask your siblings, ask your parents. Even we can do. I do that to my parents now. I think, like, that's something that I missed growing up, but I want to do that to my parents. I want to do that to my siblings. I want to parent my siblings. So that's something that I've experienced. I hope that's like a good message that you can take away from this room. For me, I guess I'm very passionate about women empowerment. Probably comes from my experience as well. So I love talking about it. So if you would ask my best friends or my siblings, that's the thing I talk about every day, every time I talk to them. So yeah, I do look forward to making more films about this thing, because that's where I see myself doing something for the community I come from. Yeah, I've made it out. I have learned a lot of stuff. I've had the freedom to do whatever I want, but I can't forget the women I know back home. Yeah, thank you.